Nothing exciting about sanding. And all body work is, it's sanding. It's just sanding this, sanding that, sanding the other thing, sanding upside down, sideways, bippity-bop-skippity-boo. But to make it go faster, we got this here squishy pad on the DA. Oh, can you see that? It's squishy. Squishy. So there you go, squishy. And it's like Velcro. So, and it smokes it so hot. Yeah. But yeah, I'm using a 400 grit on the clear. I put a lot of clear on the car, so I got a lot to work with. But still, you can rip through, and then I'm kind of screwed. I'll have to do blow-ins, and I really don't want to do that. A lot of this is going to be hand sanded with wet and dry paper. And a lot of it's going to be music montage because I'm just sanding. And it's not very exciting. I'll try to blow through it and do it quick. But after this step, we're going to lay out tape for all of the graphics. The candy gold base with the candy not the candy gold, the base of I can't talk today. The gold base for candy, red top coat fogs. Whew, I couldn't get that out. I'm glad I wasn't at the Jack in the Box drive-thru. So yeah, let's keep sanding it. Get this to the point where we can do something more exciting. All right, guys. What can I say? I discovered something. Something I knew was the Beatnik Bandit back in the day. On that taillight panel you can see just sitting there. Had these 59 Pontiac taillights. And the early version had just the taillight lens. And later on at some point it had a chrome homemade bezel around the lens. Now, there's kind of a, when you build cars and stuff like this, you want to build it to like how people remember it by. So that's usually the model kit, the Hot Wheels, so on and so forth. This really early version of this car had a cage around the supercharger belts with extruded steel in the front. And that piece even came in the model kit. That was very short-lived on the real car. And here's this, just kind of like Ed Roth's Outlaw. The T-bucket he built in 58-ish had a big aluminum top with these the flat part of the top was kind of gull-wingish like that. And as the story goes, it blew off in Kansas somewhere. So you never see the car with the top on it, but it had a top at one point. But everybody remembers it without the top. So all that being said, something I discovered is I made the fiberglass body, this open surround, and I made it to the measurement, which I shouldn't have. I should have had a bigger inner diameter of that, or opened it up to make up for the difference of when you add body filler to clean it up. So guess who's a schmo? That hole is too small for that big taillight panel now. So I'll move the camera in to show you what I'm talking about. I don't want to move this around a lot because it's plastic and it's got a lot of weight on it with this big steel bezels around here and so on and so forth. And I already did, I broke a peg off. I didn't mean to, but I should put this in the car with two people. I work by myself 99.8% of the time here, so. But I discovered that this radius here where all these little glass pegs are, yeah, it's about yay off from side to side. The height is fantastic, the height is fine. So it won't fit in the hole. And I was going to use the location of the taillights as how to find out where all these tape lines are on top. And I'll show you what I mean there. If you look at some of the pictures I took of the genuine car when I had access to it, you can see kind of like, I'll show you here, how the artwork design kind of comes up right here with this bullet, okay? Same as on like this here, you can see the sort of kind of it all. How this design comes right up on the edge of that there. So I was going to use the taillights as a point of reference. Well, that's not going to work now. And here's another tidbit of why. And I hate this, but it's good in a way. Let me put these down. I'll show you what we got. So this is the restored Beatnik Bandit, okay? And let me get this right. I want you to pay attention to this area here of all the pegs and everything, okay? And how close it is right here, the taillight bezels to the license plate. This is the car originally without the bezels around the taillight lenses, but look how much real estate there is here and how tight it is there. Does that work for you? Let me do this way. There you go. Whoop, it's tough to do this backwards. Let me move my hand. There. Right? So you can see now. See that? You could pause your YouTube channel to get a vibe on that. So there you go. What do we do? I tell you what we got to do. I got to make another panel, which isn't that bad, but I got to make 300 of those stupid effing pegs again. Not only do I have to machine them all, I got to cut them, I got to machine the end, I got to do this end, I got to sand them, and I got to polish the end. There aren't enough fig Newtons in coffee in the world. I ate them up the first time I made all those pegs, because all those pegs are trashola. They go in the round file. This is turning my hair gray. But on the upside, come on, let's find the silver lining in the beer cooler, shall we? On the upside, we're going to be making the original first style of the taillight panel, but we're going to have the bezels around the taillight lenses. I do like the bezels around the lenses. It looks nice. It makes mounting them way easier. I think what Ed did here was he used that plastic glue you use in junior high school when you do plastic shop to just suck those bad boys right on. And I like the chrome bezel because that's how the model kit is, and the die cast, and the Hot Wheels, and the bada bing, the bob, scooby doo boo. So I'm not going to stop painting the car, and I'm going to guesstimate because I can see right there just a little bit. Can you guys see that where that paint body line is? That one. And let's remember, when this car was restored, we don't know if everything's spot on anyway. So I'm going to wing it like I do most of this stuff. Enough of the speech, but I found a boo-boo and a mistake. My taillight panel doesn't fit. I got to make a new one. This is just how it goes. More time, more money. What can I say? And, oh man, I can't believe this crap. I got to go put some coffee on. All right. After the discovery of inconvenient fiasco, let's move on, shall we? So I'm looking at this picture I've taken, and I'm looking at this spot right here. And I'm trying to determine the width of this while I mask this thing out. And I'm betting that that round circle, can you see it, is really precise. And I would venture to guess Ed traced a quart paint can, because that's what he would do. So I'm checking out that quart paint can right there and putting that next to it, and boy, that looks about right. Let me see if I can't bring the camera over so you guys can see that too. That looks about right to me. Totally looks about right to me. So all I got to figure out now is a lot of the spacing, like between all these lines, like here and everything. It's like there's a black line on the color break, and then to the white, that's a 1/4 inch space in between. So it'll be kind of easy to do some of this math. So let me do that, finish off my coffee, and start laying out some of that tape design work there. Gang, as you can see, I'm in the paint booth. I'm all taped out, masked out, duplicating somebody else's work. That's a tough nut to crack. That was a lot of work, trying to get everything to look right, and I'm sure my body, measurement-wise, is off here and there, so a lot of the layout from the original car where I took measurements, artistic license, we'll go with that. So I'm going to pop that camera, give you a quick walk around. I've never seen the Beatnik Bandit masked out for color like this for the graphic artwork. I would take a shot at the dark that Ed used lacquer paint back in 59, 60 and newspapers. So we got the modern equivalent there. But I'll pop the camera, give you a quick walk around, and I'm going to start blowing that gold base for the candy. go, gang. All the fun, important stuff has been painted. I still got to go around the car and take care of some blow-by. That's where the piece of tape might have come up a little and the paint shot past it. So there's some spots in the white I got to take care of. There's some spots where I kind of was a little too aggressive with the sandpaper and blew through the white, and I got to go in and blow that in and touch that up. But I think I got enough here to wrap up an episode. You don't need to see me clear this again. At this stage in the game, it becomes watch me sand, watch me paint, watch me sand, watch me. I'm not going to keep going with that. So we're going to go ahead and clear this however many times I got to. Next episode, let's hope we're painting the underside, the flat black, and pinstriping it. So what I'll do is I'll pop the camera. I'll give you a quick walk around. I'll show you the paint job I just did, and we'll wrap this up. There's the cockpit. I left the plastic in there. I'll get that out in a wee bit. You can see that spot where I put fresh tape on there. That kept pulling back. And right in this corner, too, kept pulling back. But there you go, man. They got the nice fades. I kind of went by the pictures I had of the Beatnik Bandit from 1960-62 vintage. Not the way Howard's restored it. Like I had pointed out, this little spot right here, I'd rather have it the way Ed and Dirty Doug did it when they painted it out. And there are a couple spots here that may be different from the way Harry's car looks like. Like I said, I tried to go by how the boys did it back in 59 to 62 there. Dirty Doug Kenny and Ed Big Daddy Roth. But I think we got it looking pretty good. This here's what I'm talking about. You can see here that yellow line. Well, that's the blow-by from the candy I did. And if I spot some more, here's a little spot here too, the red that got through. Can you see that? So a little bit of lacquer thinner on the rag should wipe that off. That's why I like to clear something. Even if I did the straight white without pearl, I would still clear it and sand it out. Because if there was any problem for me doing any kind of artwork, a flame job or whatever I did, I can always go back, a little bit of sandpaper, skip you up a boop, or a lacquer thinner on the rag, that'll take care of that. And little spot, there's a little spot right there. I don't know if the camera sees that. And like around the edge here is some of the kick from the tape, but the pinstriping is going to cover that, so I'm not going to be concerned about that. And there's another little spot I see right here. But we'll get all those, and they'll be good. I'll try and give you an overall. It's tough in my garage because I only have so far I can get back and away from it to show you. But yeah, I'm super ecstatic about it. And there you go. That there, man, I mean, that's the Beatnik Bandit. That fiberglass, man, it's like a static electricity magnet. It sucks all the dust and particles to it. But we'll get this all squared away. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me. And I can't believe we're getting this far now. Now it's starting to get a little bit, it's starting to get exciting, huh? So I know this is going to look a lot better with some clear on it because that's going to trap the light and make that candy and the base coat really sparkle and do what it's supposed to do. But thanks for sticking around. Thank you very much to all my Patreon members. You guys are the best because, man, especially now, I have thousands of dollars in paint. It's tough to keep selling all the little things I paint on Instagram, on my bedtime auctions and stuff, to keep up with how much I'm spending now. But thank you again, always, to everybody out there. My Patreon members, you guys are great. Click that subscribe button. You can always check out the Patreon page at patreon.com/SpritzbyFritz. Subscribe to this channel. Check out my web store, spritzbyfritz.com. See if you might need a t-shirt or a decal or a coffee mug or something like that. That helps also. And I really appreciate it. But that's it. Let's wrap this up. You guys stay safe out there. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next episode.